Welcome back. So today we're making sweet and sour chicken. Now, you're looking at all these ingredients like, what? Trust me, it's gonna be easy. So what you have in front of you here are all the ingredients for the sauce, the sweet and sour sauce. And the good thing about this sauce is that you can make it ahead of time, and you can also use it for any protein you want. If you want to do sweet and sour shrimp, for example, you can do that. Or if you want to do a vegetarian meal, you can do sweet and sour cauliflower. That sounds good too, right? So all we have here is green bell pepper, red bell pepper, soy sauce, raw honey, ketchup, apple cider vinegar, carrots, onion, garlic, and some ginger. Now, the optional ingredients are the carrots and the ginger. You do not have to use these for the sauce. It will still be amazing. So we're going to do a 1/4 cup of the ketchup, 2 tablespoons of the raw honey, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 cloves of garlic, a half red bell pepper, a half green bell pepper, a half of a yellow onion. If you want to use the ginger, you're just going to use about this much, a teaspoon, and you're going to grate it. And you're going to use a carrot, a small carrot, if you want to use that. Those two things, they just add an extra layer of flavor, and I would use them personally because it really does taste good. So before we start mixing everything together, if you like to have crunchy vegetables in your sauce, then by all means, you do not have to saute them before adding them to the sauce. But I know with having kids, that kids sometimes don't like that crunch. So what I like to do is soften them a little bit first. So I'm just going to take the peppers, the carrots, the onion, and the garlic, and put them in my wok and put it on low in some avocado oil, about a tablespoon of avocado oil, and just soften them. We're not going to brown them, we're just going to soften them. So we have our wok on medium-low heat. If you don't have a wok, it's fine. You can use a skillet. So I have about a tablespoon of avocado oil in here. We're just going to start adding our veggies. Remember, this is on medium-low. We're not trying to brown them. We just want to soften them. Our peppers, our carrots, our onion, and I already minced my ginger, and I added it with the garlic. So the ginger and the garlic there. So just gonna toss it around a little bit, get it all coated in the oil, and let it just kind of cook down. This will take about maybe 10 minutes or so. And with that time, you can start working on getting the liquid part of the sauce together. So I have my saucepan here. I have it on medium-low. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the wet ingredients for the sauce while the vegetables are still cooking down and they're coming along nicely. So I'm gonna add my soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, ketchup, and honey. I wish you guys could smell, it smells so good in here already. And we're just gonna mix those ingredients together. And this is on low, so it's not gonna start boiling or anything. And once our vegetables are done, we're gonna add those to this. And then we're gonna add a little bit of arrowroot starch, and that's gonna thicken this up. So my veggies have softened. I've added them to the sauce. And what I did was started with a half a tablespoon of the arrowroot starch, and just depending on how thick you want your sauce, you can start adding it maybe a half a tablespoon at a time. And also, if you want to make more sauce, you can just double the ingredients I use or triple them depending on how much chicken you use. I'm going to be using the equivalent of 1 chicken breast. Now that I have the sauce to the texture and consistency I want, I'm going to add a half a cup of pineapple and the juice. And I'm adding the pineapple last because I didn't want it to get soggy when we were making the sauce initially. And also, this is fresh pineapple, but you can buy it in a can, and it's totally fine. So the sauce is done now, and we're gonna go ahead and start on the chicken. So all I did was take a chicken breast and I cut it into cubes. I seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper. We don't need much because the sauce is going to take care of a lot of that flavor. And we did add some soy sauce to the sauce, and we don't want it to be too salty. So the next step is we're going to put the chicken in the egg wash and then into our arrowroot flour, and then we're going to fry it in our wok. And I have put in 3 tablespoons of avocado oil. So that's warming up now, and it should be just about ready. So we're going to go ahead and get the chicken prepared and then drop it in the oil. As you can see, we've already started frying our chicken here. We didn't want to overcrowd our wok, so we didn't put in every single piece that we had. But also notice that we are not deep frying the chicken. We're not looking for a deep fry. We just want to brown it. And with this arrowroot flour, it's going to be crispy, so it's going to be really good. So I did not add any seasoning to the flour. As I mentioned before, the sauce has plenty of seasoning, and it's not going to be bland, I promise. So these should only take about maybe 10 minutes total, 5 minutes on each side to brown. And that's it. Once we get these cooked, then we're going to toss them in our sauce. And I've also made a side of rice for these to go over with. So yeah, once we get these cooked, we're going to toss them in the sauce. While these are browning up, we can talk a little bit about substitutions. So if you don't have avocado oil, don't worry about it. You can use vegetable oil or canola oil. I like the avocado oil because it's a healthier fat. Also, the arrowroot flour, if you don't have that, you can use a mixture of all-purpose flour and cornstarch, and it'll give you the same crunchiness on the chicken. And another substitution is the apple cider vinegar. Most people have apple cider vinegar in their house, so it's easy to use. But if you just happen to have the rice vinegar, that would be a really good substitution for that. All right, guys, this is our finished product. Doesn't it look amazing? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to dig in. Let me know if you try it. And if you take away or add anything to the recipe, let me know what you did.